Most women do not want a mature and an emotionally intelligent man. And the emphasis is on the no for a specific reason. Women want different things in their lives. And there are those who actually have worked on themselves. And this video is specifically intended for the majority of the women that haven't put in any self-development. So now, these types of women who haven't worked on themselves and have learned how to be accountable to themselves and looked at their behavior always exhibit these following things. They will come on social media, talk about that, no, we want mature men, we want good men, and we want emotionally intelligent men. But in actuality, they do not want those things. Because the thing about emotionally intelligent men will always call you out from your behavior. And these are the list of things that why these women who haven't worked on themselves don't want those specific men. They want men who will deal with their emotional immaturity, meaning that they will always shy away from men that will call them out on their bad behavior. So they want men who will tolerate their emotional immaturity. Whenever she's throwing tantrums, she's having emotional bursts, she wants a man who will be able to overlook those things. And most of these women that have emotional immaturity, they lack discipline and they lack accountability. Meaning that she will not come to you and apologize. And they have this tendency, a lot of them, when they apologize to you, they will always offer sex instead of coming to you and specifically saying why they're sorry. They will either offer sex, cook you a meal, clean up the house, or do something for you, but not come to you and say, baby, I'm sorry for this specific thing and I was wrong for doing this, this, and that. So they lack even discipline in a lot of things, especially when they are in long-term relationships, because relationships tend to have a lot of rules, especially for both partners. So they will always break these rules and they will find ways to gaslight you or apologize without even apologizing. And they will offer, like, sex is a tool for a lot of these types of women that I'm referring to, because they know that sex is important to men. So she will give you sex to tone you down, to make you forget about why you are probably angry at her. Number 2, they want a man that will be easily manipulated. They will never want a man that does not fit into their program. They want a man that they will twist their arm to get what they want, to get the things that, either resources or for you to do favors for them. They will always manipulate you. If you're not easily manipulated as a man, they do not want you. They stay away from you. They don't want men who are not easily manipulated. So they will come and say, no, we want mature, emotionally intelligent men. Mature, emotionally intelligent men are not easily manipulated. They are aware of everything. Women love men that lack awareness. Number 3, they want a man that will be a caretaker of their uncontrollable behavior, uncontrollable emotions, and uncontrollable tendencies. Meaning that they want somebody who feeds into their behavior. When you speak to her and try to hold her accountable, they will always tell you something about tone. Baby, I don't like your tone, the way you're speaking to me. But when she's angry and uses even a bad tone or even swears at you or throws things at you, she will tell you that she's emotional. Baby, I'm sorry, but I'm a woman. I was emotional. Like men are expected to understand the uncontrollable behavior of a lot of women, and it will always be based on the fact that they are emotional people. And if a man, you accept that excuse, they will continuously do those things to you. So it is very paramount that if she exhibits violence, she exhibits bad behavior, and she is uncontrollable when she is emotional, she doesn't look at what she's doing to you, you have to get rid of that girl, especially if she doesn't learn when you tell her and try to correct her behavior. They do not want men that correct their behavior, because their common excuse is that they are emotional beings, of which is bad behavior. Number 4, they want a man that they will easily gaslight and control. When the focus is on them, they will talk about tone and everything else. You see, this one complements the previous one. They want a man that they will gaslight you. You guys will be having an interaction, an exchange of her behavior, something she just recently done. Guess what they usually do? She will gaslight you about something that you did in the past. And whenever you walk into that door that she's opened by gaslighting you of your previous mistake, that's their way of controlling your mind and your emotions, because she knows you will forget the thing that you were talking about right now, that you were calling her out on. They love that. If you're easily gaslightable as a man, you are easy to control. If they can easily gaslight you, they can easily control you. Number 5, they want a man that overlooks their selfish tendencies. A lot of women are selfish in relationships. Even society permits that behavior. They say a happy home, a happy wife. They want a man that will focus on them, on pouring into them, and they don't pour into that man. It's even visible with a lot of things where women on a man's birthday, they'll buy you things like socks and underwear, but the man will go over and above. They'll go overboard for the women that they love. You see, even on Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is a day of love, but it is turned out to be a holiday for women. So you see, it is a problem where a lot of women are selfish. And if you're an aware man and you are mature and you're emotional, you will not feed into those things, because you know that you are being used to a degree. These types of women love men who easily tell them about their traumas and experiences so that they can weaponize it at a later stage. And what that means in a nutshell is that you will have an exchange and you have differences with her. And the minute you call her out and you see right through her behavior and her actions, they want men that they can easily gaslight. And she will say to you, no, the reason why you're talking to me like this is because you were not raised by your mother. You suffered from whatever thing that you told her. She's going to weaponize it at a later time. And I'm not saying this is what all women do, because this video is intended for a specific type of girl. But they hate men that have worked on themselves, and they say, hey, you are too perfect. There's nothing wrong with you. They always want men that have issues. They don't want men who have dealt with their things. The next one is that a lot of women have a need to be right complex, and they will find any excuse to mention old fights and old mistakes. It even supports the previous one that I was talking about, that for her to be right, instead of her taking accountability, she's going to mention an old fight that she did not mention, or an old mistake that you did that she did not mention. And she said, but you did this in 2007, and that time you're in 2024. And you're like, how is that relevant? And it is used as a tool to deter you from the current behavior and the current problems. That's what they do. That's what they do. They don't want men that want to sit down, apologize, and deal with issues at that time and moment. They want an archive of problems to use against you when they do something wrong. The next one is that most women listen to respond and not to comprehend. And that thing is problematic. And men who are self-aware and men who have emotional maturity do not deal with these types of women, because it is very disrespectful to deal with a person who speaks over you, who doesn't listen to what you're saying and wants to say whatever that they want and will tell you about their emotions. Men who are emotionally mature or they have emotional intelligence see that as disrespect. They don't take disrespect lightly, and they don't want these men. They don't want these types of men that will not take disrespect from them, because men who are aware, they will tell you You don't speak over me while I'm talking to you. You don't do that. And you don't twist my words to have your point. It doesn't work that way. The next thing, and the last one, is that most of them do not even qualify to be with the man that they want, because they lack empathy and want everything to be about them. It is this tendency that a lot of women have. They say they want emotionally intelligent men. A lot of them don't even qualify to be with emotionally intelligent men because they lack empathy. They don't take a man's pain seriously. They don't take their actions and their behaviors and the things that they do to a man seriously, because they expect a man to understand that they're emotional. And somebody that always speaks about how they are such an emotional person and they don't understand how their emotions impacts the next person, or their own uncontrollable behavior affects the next person. That person lacks empathy. That person does not love the next person. That person is a selfish being. They only care about themselves. So a lot of these girls are very selfish people. They lack empathy. Any woman that will tell you that the reason why I do the things I'm doing is because I'm emotional, that is a heartless witch. She lacks empathy, and that's the truth of the situation.